This episode, along with hundreds of others from Caloroga Shark Media, is available without commercials. Just look for the banner on your Apple Podcast app to subscribe and try it free for a month.
Caloroga Shark Media.
Hello and welcome to Palace Intrigue. I am your host, Mark Francis. Royal biographer Christopher Anderson tells OK that the King has warned against anyone criticising Kate. Anderson said, "There are those inside and outside the palace who have criticised Kate over the years for supposedly not shouldering her share of the royal burden, for not going to as many ribbon cuttings, hospital openings and plaque unveilings as the late Queen Elizabeth II, the King or Princess Anne, for instance. It has always been Kate's choice to prioritise her children's well-being over royal duties. In the past, Charles has remained silent about this and allowed the sniping from the sidelines to continue, but no more. Now the King brooks no criticism of Kate, period." Other royal family members and courtiers alike know that they risk being read the Riot Act by the King if they dare utter a negative syllable about Kate. Charles has also made it clear that everyone should stand down in terms of when and how she returns to a full public schedule. We'll find out how Charles feels about people criticising Kate's husband. In a piece written for the Daily Telegraph, we mentioned last Friday, Petronella Wyatt, a friend of Queen Camilla, had suggested that Prince William is responsible for not healing the rift with his brother. She writes, "It is easy to blame Harry and his puerile book for the continuing rift with his father and brother, but some courtiers of my acquaintance hold William equally liable." She further claimed that whether we like it or not, the Sussex's Nigerian tour has been a triumph, and that a visible reconciliation between William and Harry would strengthen the unity of the House of Windsor and reassure the public of its commitment. According to Wyatt, a former courtier had told her that it was William who was preventing King Charles from reconciling with Harry. She writes, "William's disgruntlement can at times seem mildly pathological. I do not think there is any superior rationality in being discontented with one's relatives." She allows that Harry has at times taken joy out of William's life and that he and Meghan can be a cause of irritation. Royal insider Deep Crown added, "A member of the family recently confided in me about the realities of their life. They said, 'It's a good life. You make an appearance. You generally get cheered. We live in nice places.' And it's true, Queen Elizabeth understood the value of the monarchy and the privileges that come with it. She imparted this wisdom to Charles, who in turn passed it on to William, and William, I have no doubt, will teach the same lessons to young Prince George." Kate, to her credit, quickly grasped the essence of what it means to be a royal. She understands the duties and the sacrifices, but also the immense rewards that come with the role. Meghan, on the other hand, seems to have a different set of priorities. She's more interested in pursuing her own ventures, like selling jam, than embracing the traditions and responsibilities of the monarchy. And Harry, well, he seems to be more preoccupied with the fact that his brother, the future king, has a grander residence than he does. It's a petty grievance, and one that reflects a fundamental misunderstanding of what the monarchy is all about. It's not a competition for material possessions or personal glory. It's a solemn duty to serve the people and to uphold the integrity of the crown. If Harry and Meghan can't see that, if they can't appreciate the incredible privilege and opportunity they've been given, then perhaps it's for the best that they've chosen to step away from it all. The monarchy will endure, as it always has, with or without them. Royal commentator Tom Quinn told The Mirror, "For all her efforts to make a success of her new online business, American Riviera Orchard, Meghan knows that a personal memoir of her time in the UK as a working royal would sell millions of copies and make her the sort of money she craves. She is also acutely aware that such a book would only boost traffic to her new online business. All this fills King Charles with horror because Harry is bound to be a major contributor to the book. And we know there is a lot more material. After the publication of Spare, Harry himself said he had enough material for 2 books. With all this hanging over his head, Charles is not in a forgiving mood. If Harry were to say to his father and brother, 'Look, I've gone too far, I'll stay quiet now, and there will be no more embarrassing revelations,' it might be different. But Harry is in no mood to apologize. Like his wife, he still believes that all the apologies need to come from his family. A family friend of the royals tells the Daily Beast, "Relations are as bad as they have ever been. Nothing has been resolved, but Charles does not spend a great deal of time dwelling on the matter because he is so busy. If William was prepared to reconcile with Harry, it would certainly make things easier, but that's not the whole story. The king was particularly hurt by what Harry said about Camilla. The Beast has a wonderful quote from a friend of William and Kate's. "It is hardly surprising that Charles didn't invite Harry round for tea and a scone. He did, after all, portray his wife as an evil, calculating bitch," in his book. Palace Intrigue will be right back. US singer-songwriter Don McLean, who is most famous for his 1971 hit American Pie, has taken issue with a comment made by Prince Harry about Elvis Presley in his best-selling memoir, Spare. In Spare, Harry described his visit to Graceland, Elvis's home in Memphis, as dark, claustrophobic. He wrote, "I walked around saying, 'The king lived here.' You say, really?" The prince also recalled standing in one tiny room with loud furniture and shag carpet thinking, "The king's interior designer must have been on acid." Elvis fans, including McLean, were not amused by Harry's attempt at humour. In response, McLean remarked on X, "Prince Harry should shut his mouth about Graceland and Elvis. He is a hothouse orchid, a show horse who never did a thing. He doesn't understand that Elvis is like the poor man's king. He came from nowhere, and his recordings are among the greatest ever made. His family were as poor as they could be, and Harry criticized Elvis's home as if he's comparing it to Buckingham Palace, and that misses the point completely. He is a fellow who has been brought up to be mannerly, but you don't criticize America when you're living here as our guest." McLean, who just so happens to have a new album, said, "Harry just doesn't get America." An animal rights group has praised Queen Camilla for her recent commitment to refrain from purchasing any new fur products. People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals received a letter from Buckingham Palace stating that the Queen will not procure any new fur garments, and added that this decision comes with the Queen's warmest wishes. Peter's managing director, Ingrid Newkirk, celebrated the move, stating, "It's right and proper for the British monarchy to reflect British values by recognizing that fur has no place in our society." Peter plans to toast Queen Camilla with a glass of the finest claret in appreciation of her decision. Wendy Higgins of the Humane Society International also supported the shift to faux fur, commenting, "Queen Camilla's decision to go faux reflects the morals and mood of the British public." However, the International Fur Federation expressed concerns about this decision. Mark Oaten, the Federation's chief executive officer, stated, "It is the right of everyone to decide what to wear. Many people still buy fur as they prefer to wear something that's natural and sustainable, unlike plastic-based fake fur. We hope the royal family consider the environment when they decide what to wear, but freedom of choice is the key issue." And there you have it. If you'd like to email us, our address is thepalaceintrigue@gmail.com. Please follow us on Spotify, Apple, or your app of choice. Write us a review, hit those 5 stars. And now you can also get this show totally uninterrupted without commercials, along with hundreds of other shows from Caloroga Shark Media. All you need to do is hit that banner on the Apple app that says, "Listen uninterrupted." And it's free for a month. Give it a try. It supports everybody here at Palace Intrigue. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to John McDermott. This is Palace Intrigue and good times.